Alright. So Bruce, aka Zeus.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing, sir?
Doing great today.
Alright, so we got a bit of an introduction from Ricardo. But we want to know from you, who do you see yourself as? Who are we speaking with?
Zeus in the flesh, also known as our original name actually, Bruce Wilson.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright. So how did you become a part of the podcast?
Well, to be honest, as Ricky earlier mentioned, the podcast is really an offshoot of the business itself. So Olympus itself has 3 different sectors at the moment. It has the original business plan, which is going to be leading up to actually opening a gym. There is the podcast, and there's also the health section, aka the deodorants right now.
That we're seeing in frame right now.
Yeah,
kind of out of focus.
Everything right there, so yeah.
Okay. Alright, so how did you become a part of Olympus?
Alright,
Well, member of Olympus.
Alright, Olympus initially, I'm just going off piggybacking off a lot of what Ricky said, but from my perspective, Olympus started off as an idea. It was an ideology, among men in the gym. So essentially, we were training one day as a group, and one of our friends, Cardio, is actually Poseidon. He came up with the idea of us doing some crazy session, because I was actually doing a video that day. That we should be doing bands, like deadlift with bands and stuff like that. It was a crazy idea, because we've never done it before.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah, so the day that we did it, it was really, really fun. And they learned from there, that I was to be called Zeus, because I won that competition, because we had a small competition using it. I lifted the most weight, of course, and that's how I got the title Zeus. And then the other members, slowly got their names right after. And it just started off as an ideology. And I have a YouTube channel also, Ambitious Muscle. That's where a lot of the whole Olympus and Olympian Gods concept originally started. And Ricky eventually looked at the idea and said, you know what, maybe we should turn this into a business, because we can profit off of it, and it's essentially an image right now for us, so might as well. And we went into the whole powerlifting thing, MPJ powerlifting back in 2021, and that slowly branched off into us actually registering the business, and so we could try making some money off of it and using that image for profit essentially. And the rest is history essentially.
Okay, so what's your role in this group that you've influenced the creation of?
Alright, so just like Ricky, I'm also co-founder of the business. So I help with a lot of the concepts and ideas, I do a lot of video editing and stuff like that for the videos. And me and Ricky will brainstorm concepts and stuff like that. So it's a collective effort, and it's not just Olympus would be nothing without everybody included in the business. So it's not just me and Ricky, it's also like yourself, Ben, Camera, Kamali, Jokes, Jain, Poseidon, and all other members who've contributed over the years to the growth of Olympus. So it's essentially a family at this point in time, I'd say.
Okay. What are some of your favorite topics?
Favorite podcast topics. So for me personally, I love to watch YouTube videos surrounded around some type of excitement. Not necessarily gossip or anything like that, but you see like relationship topics.
Yeah, those tend to get a lot of engagement.
They do. That's one reason I focus so heavily on them, because I realize fitness nowadays doesn't really get that much traction unless you can come up with something super intuitive out there that garners a lot of traction. It has a lot of traction, and it garners a huge audience essentially. So I love relationship videos for the most part, because they explore a facet of life that is so, it stands out in most people's minds, because we all have to go through that relationship phase at some point.
Yeah, and everything, even life is about relationships.
Exactly. So, pretty much.
Alright, so Mr. Zeus, God of Lightning. Is he God of Lightning or Thunder? Or both?
Lightning.
Okay.
That's Thor would be more thunder.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, so tell us about yourself.
So where do I start? Can I say? I'm an interesting person for the most part. My friends can attest to this. I speak my mind for the most part. Sometimes people say I'm rude because of that, but I like to be honest with people for the most part. I can be very introverted. You know, a lot of people don't know that about me. I'm very introverted. It's just that when I'm around people that I'm comfortable with, I tend to open up more. I stand up for I'm a humanitarian essentially. Stand up for equal rights and stuff like that. I can be quite a liberal at times and a progressive, but also have a lot of conservative values that I like to uphold. So I'd say I'm probably like a moderate in terms of politics.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm easy to get along with, and you know, I have some qualities that make me a good leader, I believe. You know, because a lot of people say these things, not me. You know, and yeah, pretty much that's it. You know, I don't like going into this tell me about yourself question. Yeah.
Yeah, the people want to know. Yeah, because it's been like weeks, and this is the last episode, so it's gonna be a while before they see you again. So they'd like to know about ZUES, the god of lightning.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what's your wish for the podcast?
Well, same as Ricky, I want this to grow into a international sensation. You know, something like Fresh and Fit podcast. Not same format, of course. Let's tax it.
Of course.
You know, whatever podcast, and you know, all those other big podcasts, stuff like Joe Rogan and stuff like that. I want us to be a big podcast, biggest one in Jamaica. That, you know, not just Jamaica, the world if possible. Isn't why limit yourself to just one region? You know what? Just because I'm a little Jamaican means I can't take over the world. Watch your space, people. Watch your space.
All right. Thank you so much, Bruce.
Yes, sir.